Hey, hey, hey! Welcome you all, first of all, to Open Their Bar, and secondly, to this live viewing of episode 7 of WandaVision. Alright, so to catch you all up till now, we still don't know if Wanda is in complete control of Westview, the anomaly that she has created, people who are after her, or people who are behind the scenes. We might find out in this episode. What we do know is it's probably going to have, it most definitely is going to have the modern family mockumentary sort of style in which the characters are always breaking the fourth wall and they're aware of the presence of cameras. All right. So, as far as we know about the show, how it's getting out into the Marvel reality is that the waves coming out of Westview were hidden behind cosmic background radiation, which Dr. Darcy Lewis identified and channeled into the TVs. And the TVs have been progressing as the series has been going through the eras, first through the black and white of American TV, and then into the 80s, 70s show sort of feel, hippie feel, and then into the 80s and 90s. Malcolm in the Middle was an excellent influence and a great way to start the previous episode, which was the Halloween Spooktacular. All right. In the background is something that I created on GarageBand 3-4 years ago, and I'm joined by Darth Vader and Master Yoda, the denizens of the Force in Star Wars, a different universe, but all creative universes are great. And without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so the runtime, I've paused it on the first second. The runtime is 34 minutes, 42 seconds. 42 being the universal answer to life, the universe, and everything in Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy universe. So that's another nice universe for you to look into if you appreciate creative stuff and imaginative series. Okay then. Previously on WandaVision. So basically we are also figuring out that Monica Rambeau is going to start getting her spectrum powers because she has been through the boundary of the Westview anomaly twice. Once when she was sucked in and the second time when she was thrown out by Wanda. And Agnes is in the recap, as well as Vision warning people on the outside, the sword people outside the Westview anomaly, that the people inside need help. And we see Quicksilver saying, "Your dead husband can't die twice," and she blasts him away. As always, Wanda is in complete denial of the fact that she has taken over people's minds. And Monica is insistent that if Monica has created the hex, which is Dr. Darcy Lewis's name for the Westview anomaly, then she is going to be the solution as well. All right, into the Marvel Studios opening credits, the opening logo sequence. And I like how they've, made sure to include "I am Iron Man" just before the second unsnapping. And of course, Chadwick Boseman, Ant-Man. Right. All right, Marvel Studios, let's see what you got for us in episode 7 of WandaVision. Oh, nice way to fall. All right, so it seems to kind of open on a usual sitcom-y sequence, but straight up into the modern family, sitting on the couch, talking to the camera. Oh, so she's giving a kind of a recap, and she's now aware that she expanded the hex and took in the sword encampment that was outside. So this is the opening clip that we saw in the Good Morning America show. And the two guys, Billy and Tommy, have come up to her bedroom while she's just woken up to say that her powers are, making their video games go weird. So they changed from a Atari and PlayStation and joystick controller. So basically, Wanda is not willing to help them out. She's again talking to the camera. So it's a very modern family style thing. So quarantine style staycation is what she has decided to kind of impose upon herself. Yeah, she says that will show me. So she's basically decided to impose a staycation upon herself so that she uh, can try and make some sense out of what she has been doing, or whether someone has been making her do stuff like that. And the two kids are fighting in the living room, but she ignores them. And there are those little handheld camera zooms. She picks up Westview Milk, I think, and there is something going on the radio. Oh! Flickers in the WandaVision universe, and there is a sort of a comedy background score going on. The milk bottle has changed from a screw top bottle into a milk carton. And she's basically telling us, I'm not sure what that's about. It's probably just a case of the Mondays, which was, am I right, which was in the trailer as well. All right. So, okay. So I think this is not as much modern family-ish as it is Wanda all over the place. So it seems like one of those, one single character shows WandaVision created by Wanda Maximoff. All right. Seems like, I don't want to say curb your enthusiasm, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be Wanda all over. Okay, so now we are outside Westview, and this is a sword retreat camp, right? And acting director Hayward is trying to make sense of things, and they are unable to receive a signal from Westview. So basically, it seems that Wanda has blocked up her hex. She has set up the boundary of Westview in a way that nothing can get out now. Earlier, the radiation or the energy from her Westview mind control thing was escaping, and all right, we're back inside the hex now, and Vision has woken up, in which he's inside the carnival circus encampment that the sword encampment got converted into when Wanda extended the hex. So they are kind of all converted into circus artists. And okay, Dr. Darcy Lewis, she's straight away talking into the camera. She was chained up to a tractor, and in between cuts, talking directly to us, breaking the fourth wall, she's saying that she tried to be the bearded lady or something like that, but the circus wasn't interested in taking her. She's been put into a costume chain, and there we go. She has just shrugged off those chains, and Vision is trying to make contact. I mean, not trying to make contact. He goes and talks to her, and he's trying to recall her, but at the same time, Darcy is unable to recall him from last night. The last night being when he ventured outside the hex to seek help for the people who are trapped inside. All right, so she's asking him about. Wanda is asking the children about Vision returning, and she's checking out the forecast on the. Whoa. Billy and Tommy are asking about Pietro saying the stuff about Vision not coming back from the dead, and she straight up says that he's not your uncle. So it's still not apparent if he was just a construct of her mind or whether he was an entity created by some behind the scenes power. But it's episode 7 now, and there are only 2 more episodes remaining. So basically, she's trying to convince them that she's starting to believe, I'll quote her here, she's starting to believe that everything is meaningless. So it might be a clue to her coming to terms with something that she's done, which is not strictly ethical. Taking control over people's minds is not really cool. All right. So she's straight away opened the door for Agnes before she was getting up, not getting up. Here we go. Agnes is also breaking the fourth wall, and she's saying that Wanda is about to lose it. So she's sending the Billy and Tom. She's taking Billy and Tommy with her, I guess. But they are obviously being very sweet and saying that she needs. All right, Agnes is giving off her usual witchy vibes, but I can see that Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda is channeling Claire from Modern Family, with the sort of OCD and tight-lipped, retentive characters. I mean, look at her holding her hands over her mouth. Oh, and when she turns, she's got a remote in her hand. All right, that could have been just a slight edit, cutting room thing. All right, so she starts to watch TV and eat her cereal, but I think the control of Westview is getting out of her hand because things are regressing. So things have become older. The TV reverted into a black and white type set, and now she's talking to the mockumentary camera, which takes a close-up and in which she repeatedly repeats, I'm fine, which is never a good sign. All right, Monica and Jimmy, woo! They are driving up and going to meet the aerospace engineers, I guess. Who named Cataract? Okay, so cataract is something which impedes vision. Okay, so basically Hayward was trying to bring vision back online. So if we consider that Hayward was trying to remove a cataract to restore vision to full power, it seems that Wanda stole Vision's body, and he was a sentient weapon that the SWORD, Sentient Weapon Observation and Response Department, are standing for. All right, here we go. This is the aerospace engineer. Let's see if it's going to be as big a cameo as a recast Pietro Maximoff. And Monica and Jimmy, woo, get out of the Humvee, which I've been told was first sold to a civilian when Arnold Schwarzenegger bought his first one. All right, new character. I'm not sure what this army or armed forces personnel. Okay, so they are unloading that rover armadillo sort of thing. Okay, so this reminds me of that asteroid breaker they used in Armageddon. Many of you might be too young to remember, but Armageddon was Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck and Liv Tyler starring movie. Steve Buscemi was also in it. Owen Wilson. Lots of nice cameos. So I'm going to pause here for half a minute because we are back in the circus scene and I want to see which kind of characters she has turned the SWORD people into. So Armageddon was one apocalyptic movie in which we sent 2 shuttles to an asteroid that's about to hit Earth and obliterate mankind, and not just mankind, but the entire planet. Just shows you how anthropocentric we are at base level. And those 2 shuttles, one of them manages to land properly, the other one gets, crashes, but still. So these are the kind of vehicles that they had taken to those asteroids to drill and put in nuclear warheads to blow up the asteroid. So even when I had seen this one in the trailer, and they're obviously going to try and ram through the Hex's defensive perimeter, the Scarlet Witch created Scarlet perimeter that Wanda has put in place. So that was reminding me since then of that time. People have also said that it's reminding them of the quantum tunneling van sort of thing that uh, got Michelle Pfeiffer's character back, Mrs. Pym, Dr. Mrs. Pym, so to speak, in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So obviously it's coming up, and right now, resuming the episode, we are back in the newly created circus environment that was the Sword headquarters, not headquarters, the Sword encampment behind Westview, and which is now inside Westview. All right. So lots of shenanigans going on, clowns and carts. Okay, so Dr. Darcy Lewis is still being pursued by Vision. Vision obviously remembers, and Vision is now, for that matter, completely Vision. Full costume, and Paul Bettany is painted scarlet. Alright. Darcy's mind has been fried. Alright. There is a mime. Okay, and Vision distracts her and snaps her out. So basically, Vision has now realized that he can do that. He can get characters away from Wanda's mind control. Darcy says, "Hello, self." It's very hard to delineate her character from her Two Broke Girls character, Dr. Darcy Lewis. Yes. All right. So it's so good that Vision, completely takes Paul Bettany's English mannerisms and says, Dr. Lewis, I have so many questions for you. Whoa. Darcy just knocked down a guy who was trying to get them in on the circus act and looked directly into camera. All right. So basically, he said, "Who is that imposter, Pietro?" So let's see if Pietro Maximoff's character makes it back into this episode. And they're stealing an ice cream truck, tunnel of love. Okay. So basically, they're stealing a van and heading to Wanda's and Vision's house, which is now fantabulously upgraded and completely in the modern family styles. But still, drapes and wallpapers are, just changing at random, flickering into and out of the old and new. Yeah, there we go. There was the stork that disappeared in a red mist, that she tried to make disappear in a red mist. And again, back into the character testimonials. Okay, so it is falling apart. By her own admission, she's saying that it is falling apart and she can't fix it. Okay, a voice from the back, a voice from behind camera, which is, she says you're not supposed to talk. And they say, the question that they asked, I want to get this absolutely right, is that, do you think maybe this is what you deserve? So is somebody talking to her while she is creating the Westview anomaly? She straight up, like I said, says you are not supposed to talk to the person who pitched that question. And it kind of makes sense that she will not see anybody behind her, because the cameras in the previous episodes were nothing. It was just what was going on in her mind that was escaping the hex and getting captured as getting received as transmissions that could be modulated into a television signal, which Dr. Darcy Lewis first identified. But now it seems that she's starting to question her own reality. So this is becoming meta on 2-3 levels. Let's continue, and I think we are into a new ad. It's the same actress who has been portraying the characters in the advertisements up till now. It's an ad about a thing called Nexus, in which she's saying, how would you feel if the world goes on without you? It's a pharmaceutical that's an antidepressant that works to anchor you back to your reality or the reality of your choice. Yeah, so the pharmacist is also played by the male character who has played the male characters in the previous ads about the Strucker watch and the Hydra soap bathing bubble bath and the uh, Toastmaster 2000. All right, so it's basically going to the Nexus thing. It might be an Easter egg about the project that Sword is going to run to get Wanda out of Westview, or to get Westview out of Wanda's control, more likely. And it says that the side effects may include feeling your feelings and facing your destiny, seizing your destiny, uh, and more depression. All right. So if you're ready to move on with your life, then you take this Nexus antidepressant and it will set you into your own reality, or whichever reality you choose. Because the world doesn't revolve around you, or does it? So, they always have a message that's underlying the advertisement. And here I think it's basically that Wanda will need to seek help, and she needs to start letting people from Westview live their own lives, not under her mind control. All right, we are back with Billy, Tommy, and Agnes. And Agnes is taking care of Billy and Tommy while Wanda takes a quarantine staycation. All right. Kathleen Hahn has been doing an awesome job as this primary secondary character. Okay, so Billy and Tommy are pretty happy with the way that they are in Westview. Okay, so it seems that Agnes's thoughts can't be read by Billy. Maybe it's because of Wanda's mind control, or maybe it's because Agnes is not really who she says she is as a resident of Westview, an original view of Westview. And we've never seen this Ralph. Is Ralph the person who asked Wanda that question? But all right, we are looking for answers now, and we are halfway through this episode. We are at the 16-minute mark. All right, so Agnes obviously speaks into the camera very clearly, saying that Wanda is mad. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is the exact phrase that she used. All right, so they are setting up Monica with a proper astronaut style quantum telenin type suit. It looks very much like a space suit, though. All right, so Darcy Lewis is one of their targets. Monica wants to go and get her out, and she tells Jimmy woo that it's their last shot. All right, she's suited, booted, and helmeted. She's going into the, I'm going to call it the Armadillo, because that's what the Armageddon people called it. All right, so getting on it from the inside. It's a heavily armored space rover. All right, and the person who got them this machine says that it should be able to go right through the barrier of the hex. Capcom, yes, those are completely space terminology. Which reminds me, by the way, that I shall also be watching For All Mankind Season 2, Episode 1 later today. But that's on a rival streaming platform, so maybe I won't make too many references to it right now. Even though it seems that this is going to be it's leading up to the moment shown in the trailer. All right. The gears are up to 10 and not 11. The number on the armadillo is 9219-R. Alright, so given Marvel's penchant for dropping Easter eggs all over the place, that might mean something, it might not. It might be an inside joke, which is so inside that we need to tunnel really deep to get it. But let's see if this tunneling attempt goes well. And here we go. Like Rick says in Rick and Morty, another competition streaming platform. All right, it's okay. She's revving up the thing, and basically the perimeter of the hex is kind of resisting, and she says that it's matching the density and the strength of the armadillo. So they've told Monica to get out of there, and I think the hex is gonna draw her in like it did the first time. Is she going to get her spectrum powers right now? She's opened. Whoa. All right, so she made it out of the armadillo. The armadillo has been ejected. The front half, which was almost not even through the barrier, but sucked in, not even sucked in, kind of getting entangled with the barrier. Yes, quantum entanglement would be excellent. And there we go. It was in my mind that instead of taking that route, she might as well just go herself. And Monica has gone through the perimeter of the hex. She's going through, the past, the present, the future. Not the future, but the past at the same time. She's listening to her mother's voice in her head, and she's trying to make it through into this thing. Oh, Nicholas Fury says, only if you learn how to fly like your Aunt Carol. And I think this is her going to be turning into Spectrum. And she has powered through. Oh, yep. Her eyes are all sorts of luminescent green. And yep, I think she's powered up. Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Spectrum. All right, so that was nice. She's seeing things in the electromagnetic spectrum now. Her eyes are, like I said, luminescent green, blue. There we go. So let's see if... Yeah, so she has made it into Westview. She's now Spectrum. Big update. This was kind of inevitable. Everybody knows that Monica Rambeau is Spectrum in the comics, and that it was only a matter of time before she was given her path. So a nice way to phase her into the universe by giving her a sort of an origin story, a very condensed and very straightforward origin story. All right. Okay, so Darcy Lewis giving Vision a lowdown of what went on while he was dead. All right. So she tells him about the unsnapping or the unblip. Oh, first she tells him about Thanos killing him. Aha. So there we go. Vision basically understanding that Vision's first camera breaking. And he straight away tells the camera that Wanda is stopping him from returning home. And it's very true. The road is blocked. There is construction crew that has just rolled in, and he looks right into camera and we are not amused. I was saying that he carries off British mannerisms just like Paul Bettany, and he just said, "I'm not amused." So I don't remember. In Quite Interesting, they used to misattribute that quote to one of the queens of England. We are not amused, but all right. So basically, he's kind of given a recap of his own origin, in which he created Ultron created him, or rather, Ultron was created by Jarvis, and then Jarvis and Ultron got together and put in the Mind Stone into the primordial suit to create his corporeal self. Just kidding. Vision is now up to date. Oh, Dr. Darcy Lewis says, I have been watching WandaVision for the past week. We've been watching it for 2 months, Darcy. But yeah, it seems nice that, this sitcom is going to end in Wanda and Vision maybe finding a way to come back into the real world. Okay, so she's wolfing down those Nexus antidepressants like pill poppers. And Monica is all right. Now we are way beyond Modern Family. Okay, so it's pretty apparent that Pietro was not created by Wanda, or at least not, willingly, not knowingly by her. And Monica is now going to bring some pain to Wanda, because as soon as she started talking about Vision trying to get brought, Vision being brought back to life by sword and those kind of things, Wanda straight up started using her Scarlet Witch powers and strung her up in thin air. But when she tried to slam her down, Monica is now powered up as Spectrum. There we go. Wanda is taken aback. So now I think there's going to be a showdown between two enhanced beings, shall we say. All right. So Monica has thrown down the gauntlet. Take me out. So Hayward is being made out to be the real villain. And let's see what's going to happen. Agnes is watching through her window, as are the rest of the neighbors and the mailman. The mailman has always, I think he's put in an appearance in almost every episode in era-appropriate costumes. Like right now, he was using a dolly to take boxes. All right, so some exposition between Wanda and Monica. Are they about to join forces? Agnes has come over to either save Wanda or get Monica out of the picture. And Agnes is taking Wanda away from Monica. But this time she hasn't been able to throw Monica out. The mailman appears again. But it's more like, a sort of a drama's over, everybody back to their business, as much as Wanda will let them get back to their business. All right. There is no headway that Vision and Dr. Darcy Lewis can make because a crossing guard has appeared and there is going to be a train of children. One more Vision fourth wall breaking mockumentary talking head. So talking heads is just a great way to give characters he takes off his microphone and the boom mic hits his head. It's one of those. All right, so obviously that was going on in his head because he straight up goes through the roof of the van that they've stolen and flies off. So I think he's going to be making an entrance right here. All right, Agnes trying to get Wanda comfortable in her living room, not in her living room. All right, so she's thinking about her kids. There are half-eaten sandwiches and half-drink glasses of milk over there. There's a rabbit. I think we are going to get some inkling about what Agnes really is. There are thunder clouds rolling in the background score. Agnes says that the boys are playing in the basement, so Wanda is making her way down the basement stairs to check on them, and it does not seem good. There are plastic hangings that are covering the walls, and okay, roots coming out of a dungeon. All right, so the basement is leading into a medieval type, very Game of Thrones style dungeon with climbing routes all along the walls. It's very goth, I want to say, very old timey, scary, along with those, curved beam supported ceilings and arches. Lots of witchcraft going there. Agnes is a witch. Here we go. Agnes is some sort of a witch. Okay, so she didn't think she was the only magical girl in town. So that is why Agnes has been Agatha Harkness. Yep, so this was, kind of given. And Agnes takes control of Wanda. No, I think we are seeing the who's been pulling every evil string? It's Agatha all along. So, all right, a bit of an expected twist, not a twist, I'll say, development. So Agatha Harkness might turn out to be one of the mentors for Scarlet Witch, like she was in the comics, or she might be the villain just for this sitcom. It's not Mephisto, as many people have been thinking, and so there we go. And she killed Sparky too. So yes, it was pretty obvious you killed her. All right. So from the next episode, we are going to be seeing Battle of the Powers between Wanda, Vision, Monica, Agatha, and normal human beings like us in Dr. Darcy Lewis and Jimmy Woo. All right. I hope you had fun, Darth and Yoda, as did you all. There aren't going to be any post-credit scenes as usual, but all right. So the runtime was 30 minutes, half an hour. I'm gonna mute the episode and take these off now. So, what do we know? Pietro was created by Agatha to mess with Wanda's mind, and she has been controlling everything and pulling every evil string all along, which is kind of an expected development. We did not get a very satisfying aerospace engineer. I mean, I, for one, am not so well versed in Marvel mythos that I will know what character that was who got them the armadillo. the space rover, which couldn't make it through the hex. So I guess that was the ultimate takeaway. Agatha, as expected, is the witch behind the Scarlet Witch. So, with that in mind, WandaVision episode 7 is now over. Oh, there is a post-credit scene. Wait, hold on. Monica is taking a look at the home of Wanda and Vision, I think. So maybe Vision, drops in right now. Wait a minute. Is she? Oh, okay. So she was looking at Agatha's, and Pietro is again controlled by Agatha, created by Agatha, and he is going to be having it out with Monica when episode 8 drops next Friday. All right. Very fun. I think they've kind of caught up to modern television right now. So the next 2 episodes are going to be the climactic battle of the powers and how they're going to break Agatha's spells and then put the Westview people back together like Humpty Dumpty, and make sure that either they give them mind wipes or they give them, some sort of compensation for the time, the weeks that they've lost in under Wanda's mind control, under Agnes and Wanda's combined mind control. All right. Until next time, it'll be awesome, Max, if you subscribe, check out my other videos, and if you like, share, tell your friends about WandaVision and about Open Their Bar. All right then, Excelsior, my friends. See you next time. More things coming up, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. Bye-bye.